So let's talk about the income statement. The income statement measures operating performances. Right? We just talk about that income statement measures the net income, right? Which net income? Net income from operations. And why is that? Because your job or your business is to sell goods. For example, if you are a manufacturing company, your business operation is to make goods and sell those goods, right? So all other income, for example, you save the money with the bank and receive interest. That interest income, you didn't do anything. You cannot claim that it is because of the business. So that's why it is written on the separate head, right? For example, you purchase or you invest, you have extra cash you invested in the stock exchange. For example, you have a loss of 2000, right? And what happened? You are a smart manager. You said, okay, if I invest in a business, in stock exchange, I could earn a hefty amount, but this year is not going good. You have a net loss, and your bet on the on stock exchange turned out to be very lucrative, and you earned 10,000, right? And that is also income from, for example, stock exchange, right? So your balance sheet would be showing 8,000 profit, right? So tell me whether this profit is good or bad. Because you are an investor, you want to invest in this business, in this company, you want to buy its shares, right? Because this income statement is going to be published publicly. And they are claiming that their profit is 8,000. When the profit is 8,000, everybody will say that, wow, this company is going good. It's competitive companies, they are having loss. But this company made not loss, but 8,000 profit, right? Now, as an analyst, when I see this income statement, I'd say that this is bad. Why? Because the manager's prime objective is to earn profit through operation, and that is a one-time game. We are not a financial company who invest in business, stocks in business, and earn some money. We are a manufacturing company. We purchase raw material, we convert raw material into finished goods, and then we sell through our marketing channels, through our distributions, like that. On that part, the manager, you perform really bad, but that is your luck, that if someone gave you a tip and you invested in stock exchange and get 10,000, and because of that you earn 8,000, right? So that's why the income statement.
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry, I didn't hear. You earned 8,000 from what exactly?
This is 8,000 the profit.
So it wasn't from operations.
Yes, this gain that the manager will he get, it's not from the business, it's from other income, right?
Okay.
So the income statement measures the income from operation, or it tells you the operating performances, right? So if you want to purchase a company's shares, do look their income from operations. If that income from operation is good, then that company has a potential to grow in the future. Otherwise, no, because income can be earned through interest income. You just save the money with the bank, or you sell your land. You have empty lands, useless lands in company names. You sell that land and show to the people that, look, our income statement rose up, and we are having a profit, right? We know that the land, it's always sold on profit, because land supply is limited, and it's inflation hedge. It's a financial term, so don't worry about that. For example, you purchased a land in 20 years ago at $10,000, and now after 20 years it become 1 million, right? And you are going bad. In order to show your performance, good performance, you sell that land and report the gains in income statement, right? But as a shrewd, a wise analyst or a wise investor, if you want to invest in the business, you should be very careful that whether this business has potential to grow or not. Because you cannot have, you cannot sell the lands all the time, every year. This is one time game or maybe two time game. You have extra land, one or two land, that's it. Right? So that's why we show that, that's why we say that this income statement, it measures operating performances. Okay, so that was just the concept clearance. Okay, so income statement, also we call this statement of operation. It reports revenue and gains and also report expenses and losses. So the bottom line, which is revenue minus all expenses, the bottom line would be net income or net loss for the period, right? So this is how you make income statement. So this is the income statement of a Gap Incorporation. We already know that Gap sells its clothing. So, and what do we mean by consolidated? It means they have, for example, how much income is coming from the socks business, from child clothing, from female clothing, adult female clothing, kids, male kids, female kids, and then adult males, right? So this is just sum of all their total business. So don't confuse with the word consolidated. So how we are going to make the income statement? Formula is the same, just how you make this statement, it differs. So this is the company name, and then statement of income or income statement, and then you start from net sales. What do we mean by net sales? It means this figure 14,549, it shows real sales minus all the returns or all discount. That shows net sales, right? So rather just giving you all this stuff, we just put it here, net sale, right? Net sales.
What are returns and discount?
Discount.
Discount.
Yeah.
Minus like 30%, that kind of stuff.
Yes, like a discount. So you buy one get one free. It has a cost, right? So they have different kind of.
And returns is like what people get back.
Yeah, but they give people some kind of discounts. Okay, so all related to sales, right? So sales minus cost of goods sold minus all kind of operating expenses. So they basically segregated all the expenses. Similarly, it is basically revenue minus the cost of goods sold, which is also an expense, operating expense, which is also an expense, interest expense, you see here, income or expense, which means the Gap also saves its money to the bank. It receives interest as well, and also it has a loan from the bank for which it pays. So that is the net amount. So total interest is how they calculated that. Interest income minus interest expense, right? Since this is expense, it means this is a minus 69 because we are lessing it. So that's why we're just not showing it here. So don't worry about that, because the real formula of income statement is revenue minus expenses, net income. So what they have done, they have segregated all these expenses by name. One expense is cost of goods sold, one expense is operating expense, one expense is interest expense, right? And then one expense is income tax. And at the end you found out, let me just remove all this mess. And at the end you found out, here we go, this is the profit. This is the profit. So basically the whole statement, it shows 2 years performance. This is 2010, this is 2011, right? So this is how the typical, income statement looks like. And every business had its own kind of formats, their own terminologies. If we are in banking sector, the expense, they name the expenses through different stuff, the office rent or salaries to the manager, just like that, different kind of stuff, because the nature of the business changes, right? If it's a manufacturing company, it has a different, you know,
Like that, I
term.
said
Yes,
about 2010. I think the company, how to say, generate more incomes than net incomes than 2011, right?
yes, exactly. So what now? I was coming to that point.
Okay.
So why this company is showing 2 years income statement together for the investors to compare, right? So you see, in 2010, their income was more than 2011, right? So whether they did good or bad, answer is depends on their explanation. Maybe due to this corona stuff, maybe there's some kind of like slump that is coming, or maybe the raw material prices goes up, which affected their businesses. People didn't buy their products. So, or all the related businesses, their competitors, they are also experiencing losses, right? So you need to compare. So you cannot say that the company did bad unless you compare, right? So this is just one